Hi everyone, so we have Dimitri Pires here today, and he is no newcomer to CTS. He's been an old student doing counseling at CTS. So can you tell us a bit about what you're up to now?
First of all, thanks Sindhu for having me, and it's great to be here. It's always a pleasure being very much at home at CTS. For me, as you already said, I'm a corporate coach, and I do a bit of corporate training, and I am involved with ministry at People's Church, where I teach Bible study to adults and children, and I'm involved with discipleship, leading in small groups. But lately, I'm a full-time dad. So I have a 3-month-old daughter who has completely taken over my world in every way whatsoever. So that's what I'm doing nowadays. I'm being a dad. When it comes to my understanding and my experiences, is definitely your family of origin. Your original family has a big impact on your personal and personality development, and through counseling only some of those are better understood. You start to understand more about your personality, or why you react this way, why you behave this way, why you feel this way, and how am I formed, all comes from your original family. But counseling is what kind of unpacks that. Like, for example, studies by Erik Erikson, for example, in the stages of development, show that in the first few years of a child, say 0 to 2 years, the most important aspect that is developed is intimacy, and how they form security, a sense of being secure. And I'm now smack dab in the middle of that because I have a 3-month-old. So what I'm learning firsthand is how much you really attachment theory and all that, attach with the child, make the child feel secure, loved, comfortable, is so important in the first few years. And now, how does that affect you as an adult? Very much so. Even when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, the sense of security or insecurity you feel with a close, intimate partner is very much based on how you formed intimacy and security as a child. So those things are better understood through the counseling program, through understanding what counseling is. And it was amazing to me when I learned most of these at the counseling program at CTS. And now I use that very much in my work. Because when you pick up on people as adults, 30, 40-year-olds, who are having conflicts in marriage, in relationships, in work, when you trickle down to their family, their original family, how things were formed, what was attachment like, how did they feel love, feel security, it answers a lot of questions. It unpacks a lot of issues, and it really helps for me as a coach to deal with the issues they are facing now as an adult when you go back to their childhood. So childhood definitely forms these aspects of their adult personality and their reactions as adults. Our foundations are always going to be based on what we have learned when we were kids. So, for example, if you had parents who are more performance focused, the more you do, the more you are. So that forms. So no parent will actually say those words, but that's what's behind when a child receives, okay, I have to do better at school or do better at sports, otherwise Tati won't love you.
Yeah.
What's behind that is that you have to do more to be. You have to do more to be who you are. If you're not doing, you are not being. So the identity is very, not only is it performance based, it's always dynamic. You have to always keep watering this identity. You have to keep building this. It's like this house that's never going to be built. So children who have come from that background, and I see this in my clients, I have 40-year-old adults who still are trying to please their parents or please themselves, and they keep thinking, you pick it up from words. They say things like, I know I'll never be good enough like this, and it's part of their identity. They have accepted they will never be good enough. It's like you've accepted you'll never finish this house you're trying to build, and now you're okay with it. But there's pain there.
So what you're saying is it's also like we believe, we have this belief system where love is earned.
Yeah.
Like we have to keep doing to earn that love. Whereas when God comes in and He says you're loved, it completely goes against
Absolutely.
your identity of I need to do more to get love more.
Exactly, and that was just one profile of identity that I've come across. But absolutely, and these are picked up from different parenting backgrounds and family backgrounds that have unintentionally put this into their children. But as you said, Sindhu, thank God that we have Father God who loves us as we are. And he loves us as we are, and that doesn't mean he leaves us as we are. He wants us to spiritually come to another level, but he doesn't love us. He doesn't pause his love until we come to that place. He loves us as we are, as you said. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's encouraging to know that we can work from our identity.
We have that, know.
For me personally, I think it is very healthy to be aware of these reactions, these nuances, these idiosyncrasies that we have that relay out our emotions, our triggers, our undealt issues, unresolved traumas, how they come out. If we are not aware what is going to happen, especially if you're in an intimate relationship with your wife, your kids, your parents, your close friends, your work, it's going to pop out. So I personally think it's healthy, but I also feel each one has to come to that place where they feel, I want to improve in this area. When you're engaging with other people, your core beliefs, your identity is projected out. And if someone says something that is not, for example, if you're at work and someone says something to you that you perceive as rude, but on the surface there was no intent, the person was just saying something, I think you did this wrong. Now factually there's no intent there. But if I come from a place of performance driven, my identity is based on doing things well, doing things right, I will perceive that as a personal attack.
Yeah.
Then my system will go into attack mode. I will become defensive, and I will try to react in a more territorial way to that person. But I will not notice what am I doing. For me, it will be completely normal. But to the other person and the people around, they'll be like, what's wrong with this person? And that if that is not dealt with, that will affect your work, your progress in your job, your success opportunities. And that's just I'm using that one example at work. But just imagine how that affects
everything else around you.
The wife, with the kids, with the parents, in-laws. So definitely, if you're not aware, it will pop out.
Yeah.
There is this passive need to be,
liked.
to be loved, need to be liked, need to be affirmed, which perhaps you didn't really receive from your childhood. In different stages when you should have. So therefore you will have that will manifest in other relationships, because you will want to be loved and affirmed by other people, and that people pleasing thing will just flip on, and it will definitely at some point confuse the other person, because you're not able to directly disagree. You won't be able to say no. Confrontation is out the window, so it will come out through passive aggression. It will come out through or you will just say yes to things, and you will suffer internally.
Yeah.
So, it's a spectrum of struggles and unhealthy behaviors for people who are people pleasers.
Yeah.
I would say that's a huge issue, because there is this guilt motivation that happens at ministry backgrounds, church backgrounds, where you will feel guilty if you don't serve at another level, even if you, maybe you genuinely are unable to do something, but you feel guilty to say no, you feel bad to say no, so therefore you still take it on because it's church, it's ministry, it's God. It's not God, but it's the things you tell yourself it's God. So therefore you keep investing at another level, but maybe sometimes you can't keep up. Maybe you yourself will not be able to do the best and maybe you as a person will suffer, maybe your relationships will suffer, but you still feel, no, I have to, I must, because it's God, because it's God. Yeah, it's been a work in progress. Especially for ministry work, I don't like to say no. I'm also a victim of people pleasing sometimes. But I have learned that it's better to say no if I genuinely can't do something. But rather than just saying no, the way around it is, can I still help that person with the need without me having to be there? So that's something I have found very helpful, because church is community, church is relationship. So just because I can't do something doesn't mean my team or my friends can't meet that need. So if we really are church, it shouldn't be all loaded on one person. It should be on the community of church, because church is people. Yeah, so very quickly, how my counseling, my education in counseling at CTS has helped me at my work directly is I work as a coach, and those aren't familiar, coaching, you focus on goal focus, you focus on achieving tasks. You don't really go into your past, you don't dig into the background. But I've been blessed as a coach with the counseling background, because when my clients who are trying to hit those goals, hit those targets, are hitting barriers, and it's usually due to cognitive issues, emotional issues, I can bring my counseling toolkit and help them out. So that is definitely because of CTS's program that I'm able to do that at my work directly. So that's a big plus there. And most coaches don't have that counseling background. That's at work. At ministry, having studied counseling and now I'm studying theology, to be honest, it's just been more and more humbling, because the more I study theology, it's just, I don't know, I'm just more and more humbled to see how much I need to be patient with people, and I'm not sometimes, and to be more considerate how the struggles of a person is different from person to person. And the more you study theology, you realize how much God is patient with us, and we're just learning more and more facets about God, about His relationship with us. So yeah, it's just making me realize to be more humble and more patient.
Thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Indu. Great being here.